Everybody, it seems we're going to have a very spicy weekend, don't you know? Dump it up. Let me show you this. 2.80 approaching much less based on the pattern I want to show you too. But also, it's exciting times because even Bloomberg, they're saying over 90 ETPs. In this, a combination of XRP ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, basket ETFs, everyone, SUI, Trump, you name it, Solana, none of them are approved. Zero. Like the ones that are here still are pending. The SEC hasn't said yes. Want to touch base on this also. Bitcoin Asia is happening right now, and we have Eric, which, by the way, Eric and Donald Trump Jr. are confirmed for Token 2049 Singapore. It's going to be pretty exciting. So I want to let you know about this one. The digital asset investor posting, according to Caitlin Long, we hear her speak about the corruption, and at the end it's like the same government deploying regulatory capture against Ripple for 5 years. So it's like they don't like it when Ripple, maybe it's doing it, right? But Ripple had to endure a bunch of pain. Oh yeah, they didn't do anything, right? Prices right now are bleeding, somewhat, 5%, 6%. XRP says 5-6%. So I get it. I saw price of XRP or like about 100+ million liquidations right now. Obviously longs are not very happy today, but let's have a conversation. Drop a like, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel and turn on those notification bells. Let me know in the comments down below how you feeling. Obviously, there's the times when we lock in. But I'm also going to tell you this. Don't complain when we start pumping and you miss the dip. That's what I said here, right? If I come to my site, don't complain when XRP rips and you miss the dip. Why? Because it always happens. And there's a reason why people identify with that a little bit. Because if you go to the weekly, if you're looking at the daily, if you're one of my subscribers and you're here with me every single day, I appreciate that a lot. I'm here every single day for you, fam. And well, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. These are weeks, guys. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, where we went from June all the way to what? July? Went all the way very nice. What are you seeing here? It's a big retracement, right? This is a nice sell-off from 360 to 280s, almost $1. It's a correction, obviously. We're not saying that we're going to go at 50 cents or so. I don't think so. But I think the whales are seeing something else, right? If you come to Bitcoin Dominance 58, if you see BTC, look at that. This is the weekly. This is the weekly for BTC, everybody. And what you notice is there's not much strength right now for the buyers. And now we're approaching 107. In the weekly, that's going to be like the right in the middle, which is not bad if we reject that and we continue the pump, which you can tell that we've been doing that for a while, where we reject a few weeks and then we start pumping again, which that will make sense for fall 2025 in October, December, where we could be even passing 130,000. So it's all a process. It's not saying, oh, that's it, it's over. If you guys want to buy more, click the first link down below. Join me on BTCC to start trading. I'm seeing and people are doing it tremendously. So I appreciate that a lot. You know that in a few more days, we're going to end the 2,000 XRP giveaway. One of you is going to get, well, right now, a little bit less than $6,000. But if you hold that XRP, you could obviously pass $3 again. It's going to be more than $6,000. We have like so many giveaways right now and contests with BTCC. So all you have to do is put your info and lock in, right? There's all great info. But this BTC, Ethereum, Basket, Litecoin, Solana, Doge, XRP, look at all of that. Grayscale, 21 shares, Bitcoin, Scanner, Wisdom, Coin shares, Franklin. And we have XRP derivatives, right? XRP derivatives. And there's another page, there's like 2 of these. So there's all these asset managers that are just trying to get ahead of the game, right? It's good. I like, and there's some conversions, right, as they're changing from trust to ETFs. Not bad. I also want to let you know and listen to this one. This is Bitcoin, right? Eric Trump for BTC, right? We like Bitcoin, although they don't like us back.
Right? He was embracing it before he ever won. He loved it. He owned it before he won, but he's embracing it because he truly sees it. He understands finance as well as anyone. When you go to the Middle East, when you go to certain countries in Asia, I think they've been slower to embrace it. Maybe they haven't put the amount of time into understanding it. But what's happening is I think America is leading the way. And so much of the legislation that's been proposed in the U.S., so many countries around the world are literally picking up and using that as a template that's kind of guiding how their own governments are actually, legislating and legalizing cryptocurrency. And so, right? He was embracing it.
America is leading the way, and there's Eric Trump. Now, prepare for this one a minute, where you're going to hear a perspective about Ripple. And take a look at this. Obviously, we'll take a look at the response too.
Powerful people in the U.S., unfortunately, has legalized corruption in the form of pay to play. And boy, that's just the way it works. Anybody who makes political donations gets access. And we're seeing that right now in the scrum of whether Ripple will be part of the strategic Bitcoin reserve. There's been a big fight over that. And then now it turns out that Trump might not follow through with his advisory council and might instead do a series of summits because of the tribalism in our space. And that is mostly Ripple being the controversial one. But Ripple gave an enormous amount of money to politicians. And so they get access. It's so fascinating how it's just a pay-to-play system. It just is. And that's not, unfortunately, something in all the corruption that's being uncovered that is going to change anytime soon, because it's just the way the U.S. system works right now. McCain-Feingold, in retrospect, was a terrible approach because it basically made it so that money and access go together.
And I want to show you this. Yesterday I mentioned Da Vinci and Stack XPT with the FUD, right? Some of you watched it. So we watched this video, right, during the live. I have 1.3 million in XRP, which is something that I will never recommend someone disclosing because you're just becoming a target. Most people own Bitcoin and XRP and do not know what they are. One is the best wealth storage, Bitcoin, and the other one is a scam you can gamble, XRP. So there's obviously something against XRP, which Bitcoin maxis and a lot of people are just not into it because of that privilege and the fact that, well, it's a company, and a company does what it has to do for profits and growth and expansion and value proposition. And Bitcoin maxis see that as a threat, and they don't want centralization. They want something that, well, I mean, when you bought Bitcoin at under $1,000, or some of you under $100, you became multi-millionaire or even billionaire. And now, what are you gonna go for? What are you gonna be cheering up? Nothing but Bitcoin, right? None of us. I didn't have the chance to buy Bitcoin that early, like $1. Da Vinci did, assuming he got $100 worth of Bitcoin. That is 100 Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is $100,000 plus. Do the math, right? So it's like buying XRP at 1 penny, 10 cents, right? So I get it, man. You're a rich multi-millionaire or whatever, and you just want to defend Bitcoin, right? Just put yourself in the shoes of a lot of other Bitcoin or new investors that believe what XRP is doing. We see the value, we see the progress, we see how we're winning the fight, and even OF, OF models, whatever they call, they're into one of them, and that's a conversation that's saying, I have this much money in XRP, which, like I'm telling you, I'm not really personally. I have 1.3 million in XRP, so yeah. Never become that target, never do this dumb response, right? But it comes to show, guys, that what's ahead is where my mindset is at, right? I'm making this video so, one, I mean, the price, yeah, whatever. I mean, sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down. You go ahead and zoom out, and I think you're going to be much better off. But then there comes this, right? Look at this. First deadline, second deadline, third deadline, final deadline. And the final deadline, let me go ahead if I can. There you go. Look at this. We have October, November, October. There's so many. Some of them have NA. So I don't even know, right? But many of them have to be dealt with by the SEC, and just a matter of time. And even though the price looks like this, with a nice from 124 all the way to 108, at least you have a chance to buy the dip, to buy XRP, and to buy even Ethereum. Let me go ahead. ETH 4,200, right? So ETH seems like it kind of wants to retrace back down after almost 5,000 rally. That was phenomenal, right? So keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching. Drop a like. Click the first link down below. Join me on BTCC. Start trading, and I'll see you next time. Peace.